Oddly enough, it cut me off right after verse 5. So I'm going to start back at verse 5. And it was so when the days of their fasting were gone about. Correction. And it was so when the days of their feasting were gone about that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continue. He continually did the offerings. Next verse, verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Right? And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. It's crazy. I hate to be, I hate to talk about people like this, but I just imagine him walking the earth grunting like Jeff, doing all of that just because he's seeing godly people and just envious of God's creation. Oh man, where did I leave off? Wait up. And the Lord went to Jacob and walking from up and down. Verse 8. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? But he didn't want to try because he knew God had his hands on him. He needed God's permission, right? Pete. Then Satan answered the Lord, this is verse 9, and said, doth Job, then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. So pretty much what you're about to go experience in these next verses is MK Ultra. This has been a historical thing. This is why the Psalms tells you, you feel me? The abjects have gathered against me, and I knew it not. Right? I think it's Psalms 35, I believe, or 37, one of those. But he made a hedge about Job. It means you can't touch this, right? Satan didn't like that. He's like, yo, he didn't realize God made the hedge because Job was like that, right? So he says, put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. This is where the test now comes, right? He's like, yo, move your hand, and Job is gonna curse thee, right? What does moving the hand mean? You protecting this man. Don't give him the protection. Let me at him. Let me at him. Let me at him. Put him on. Put him on. Right? Scrap. Canine. Right? And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. Don't touch him. You can do everything else. Don't touch him. Rules. This is the spiritual rules behind the MK Ultra as well. Don't touch him. Cool. Don't touch him. Right? You done fucked up already just giving me this. Touch me. That's a physical. You feel me? You could bring ailment, but that a physical damage, that's it. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he has is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. Now this is a loser who's going around. He just sitting there walking the earth. See, Satan is like a roaring lion seeking, waiting to devour. Right? He's a creep. He's a stalker. He's like, dang, I've been waiting for you to move, to give me the permission. Now, right, he's unprotected now. I could go up in there, and if he's not, I could do whatever I want. If he ain't still worshiping you, I could do whatever I want. That's his mentality, right? And there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine. Again, wine in their eldest brother's house. Wine. and the rest are the spirits, right? Old Testament, you drink wine. Jesus turned water to wine, but don't drink of hard drink. See, he tells it to you, but he offers you. The government offers you both and lets you make the choice. That way, you can blame yourself, right? In their eldest brother's house, they were drinking wine. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding up beside them. And the Sabians fell upon them and took them away. Yeah, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another that said, the fire of God is fallen from heaven. You see that? That was Satan's fire. But from their understanding, they were blaming God for it, right? Even though technically God said, I'll allow you to, I'll remove my protection from it. That's all he did. All he did was remove the protection. Satan was already throwing fire at people. The fire of God is fallen from heaven and hath burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them. And only I am escaped alone to tell them. While he was yet speaking, there also came another and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword. And I only am escaped alone to tell you. He like, yo, he done killed the servants, he done come for the camels. Satan is trying everything. He's like, Dag, everything God gave you, I'm gonna come for the sheep. I'm gonna come from the she asses. I'm coming for the camels. So I mean, I'm coming for the camels. That's why he said camels on fire, cigarettes. Ooh, that was biblical. And I wasn't even trying to do that. It just came to me. And then while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. He killed their families. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped. And said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Still, bless God, bless God's name. Still, after all of that, you know what happened? I had a coworker when I worked at Home Depot. He was like, God took away my sister or something like that, or his girlfriend. I think it was his girlfriend. He was like, God took away my girlfriend, this, that, the third. And so now he hates God. He believes in these Nordic gods. I'm like, what did the Nordic gods do for you? God gives, he can take it away if everything's his fault, right? But you find comfort in these Nordic gods who do nothing for you. They didn't save your sister either, but you believe in them, right? And then you would say that they're more moral for some reason. Same with this Abraxas too, getting his moral from there. But then you're trying to put out negative energy in your speech, right? And all this, Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. Like, I'm not gonna blame God for the MKO treat I'm going through. That's what Job is saying. He's like, oh, this. He might not even know, but he's like, nah, this MKO treat nonsense. Okay, he might not even understood, but he's like, I'm not gonna blame God still. Right? When I first found out this MKO, I was like, I used to be an atheist, right? And I was like, you know what? Once this weird stuff started happening, I was like, nah, this ain't God. Intuitively, I was like, this ain't God. I literally went back to go get a Bible. I was like, I've seen this somewhere. This this doesn't feel natural, but I feel like I saw the answer to whatever's happening right now somewhere. It was in the Bible. That's why I went to Walmart that day, and the girl, she's doing all her witchcraft and all that stuff, just like dude last night who worship with Braxis talk about, oh, I don't gotta do the magic, God doing the magic for me, this, that, the third. I don't gotta use my magic. Same thing, same thing. I'm not even. Do I want to go into the second? I kind of want to read it. I don't know how long this video is gonna hold out, but I went to the second project. I kind of want to skip. Again, there was a day. This is chapter 2 of Job. Again, Old Testament. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. Satan coming back from the earth. He like, man, I was fucking with your creations. And the Lord said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said again, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth? Oh, did I just read this? I think I just read that. I think I skipped the first one. Oh, no, 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 no. It repeats itself. It repeats itself. Because this, he had to let you know, like, nah. And escheweth evil and still holdeth fast his intent. See, that's the difference. And the Lord said, this is verse 3. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity? Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. See, this is without cause. Like you want me to sabotage him without cause, and he still ain't go away from me. Me, it's like almost the opposite. It was like I was away from him, and they tried to destroy me without cause, and it reversed my steps. It was like, nah, go back to him. You feel me? And I'm glad for it. So thank God. You feel me? Thank the Lord. And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin. Yeah, all that man hath will he give for his life. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Because he was ready. He was trying to get him on the physical scale too. And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin to skin, skin for skin. Yeah, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. So last time he said he was going to curse him to thy face if you put your hands on all his things. Now put it on his skin and flesh. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. You can't take his life. Feel me? So went forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his feet unto his crown. See, that's technically this. Now he's getting permission to do all of this, right? Even though technically that's not the same. It's still like a different physical. He's getting like sickness and all of this. Unnatural sicknesses, disease. Like this ain't a disease. This is just like some neural shit. Right? Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain the integrity? Thine integrity? Curse God and die. She tells him, curse God. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Mind you, remember, all of this Satan is getting permission for. So Satan's bringing diseases to his flesh and his bones. Right? That doesn't say, oh, go commit violence against him. No, he's sending them diseases. A difference. This is what they tried to do when I was at Cedar Point. Carbon monoxide poison and all of this stuff. These demonic people, I already knew. But let's continue to go, right? Came back, working at Family Dollar. These niggas out here making me sick, trying to give me COVID. And it don't even come up as COVID. That's crazy. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speak. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God, and shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Jacob sin with his lips. He ain't sin with his lips. Now, when Job's 3 friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him, they came everyone from his own place, Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Namathite, for they had made an appointment together to come and mourn with him and to comfort him. And when they lifted up their eyes afar off and knew him not, they lifted up their voice and wept, and they rent everyone his mantle, and sprinkled dust upon their head towards heaven. So they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spoke a word unto him, for they saw that his grief was very great. Now we about to go into Job chapter 3, right? So now he passed the physical test. And it's not going to beat him up. You see? That's the difference. When you're enacting violence against him, they think that, oh, yeah, you could touch him in that sense, but save his life. Right? That's when they want to get out of hand. But even then, If it's a fight, we're gonna defend ourselves. Don't matter. Right? I'll save your life. I don't gotta kill you. I can maim the fuck out of you. That's what you're letting me know. Simple. After this, opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived. Let the day be darkness, let not God regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it. Let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. As for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined unto the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. He's like, yo, don't even let me be born. I don't want to blame God so much that I just wish I wasn't even born. That's it. I just wish I wasn't even born. In chapter 2, he was like, yo, should we not take the good and expect the evil as well? Like from God, if he could give us good, we got to take the evil that comes with it. And this is after he'd had a good life. Lo, this is verse 7 of chapter 3. Lo, let that night be solitary. Let no joyful voice come therein. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning. Let the stars of the twilight thereof be dark. Let it look for light, but have none, neither let it see the dawning of the day. Because it shut not up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hid sorrow from mine eyes. Why died I not from the womb? He's like, damn, why didn't I just die? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me? Or why the breast that I should suck? For now should I have lain still and been quiet, I should have slept, and then had I been at rest. With the kings and councils of the earth, which build desolate places for themselves. We have verse, or with the princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver. We have verse 16 right now. Or as in hidden untimely birth, I had not been as infants which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There are prisoners rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressor. He's like, Dad, I do wish I was dead. He still ain't denounced God. He's just like, damn, I wish I was dead. I wish the day that I was born never came. Right? He ain't even saying I wish I died now. He's like, Dad, I wish the day I was born never even came. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter in soul. I said in soul. And life unto the bitter in soul, which long for death, but it cometh not, and dig for it more than for hid treasures, which rejoice exceedingly, and are glad when they can find the grave. Why is light given to a man whose way is hid, and whom God hath hedged it? For my sign cometh before I eat, and my roarings are poured out like the waters. But the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me. I was not in safety, neither had I rest, neither was I quiet, yet trouble came. Now we are chapter 4. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, if we essay to commune with thee, wilt thou be grieved? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have upholden him that was fallen, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. But now it has come upon thee, and thou faintest. It touches thee, and thou art troubled. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and thy uprightness of thy way, and the uprightness of thy ways? He's like, yo, you didn't help so many people out. Now it's coming upon you. Now that trouble, you're still being troubled by all the help, despite all the help that you gave other people. Right? You didn't help people in their weak days when they were weary at the knees. Right? You helped them out. You pick people up. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perish being innocent, or where the righteous cut off. Even as I have seen, They that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the sin, right? Oh, he's like, oh, you reap what you sow. You must have did something bad, right? By the blast of God they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. We have verse 10 now. The roaring of the lion and the voice of the fierce lion and the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perisheth for lack of prey, and the stout lion's whelps are scattered abroad. Now a thing now a thing was secretly brought to me, and mine ear received a little thereof. In thoughts from the visions of the night, I was waiting for that to happen. When I felt it coming. In thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, I feel like another one is coming. Fear came upon me, and trembling which made all my bones to shake. Then the spirit passed before my face. The hair of my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before mine eyes. There was silence, and I heard a voice saying, shall mortal man be more just than a god? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? See, that was Satan hating the spirit. And they trying to blame that on God, right? You see what he says? Then a spirit passed before my face, the hair of my flesh, right? This is why I say wine. And then the spirits, most spirits are evil, not holy spirits. Right? Shall a mortal be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. Right? That does that spirit sound like God? No. It sounds like Satan. Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels be. This is what the spirit is saying. See, he said, there was silence, and I heard a voice saying, shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? He talking in his Job's ear, like when he came and talked to Eve by the tree. Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels be charged with folly. How much less is in them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. Right? He's like, yo, God don't even put trust in his servants. And he said that some of his angels are charged with folly. You feel me? So his angels are charged with folly. His servants, he don't put trust in. What make you think he gonna rock with you? How much less in them that dwell in the houses of clay? How much we supposed to be better than you? And you think he thinks you better than us? You think he holds you in high regard? That's what Satan is pretty much trying to gaslight Job into thinking. Right? How much less in them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. They are destroyed from morning to evening. They perish forever without any regarding it. They weren't supposed to perish in the first place until Satan brought that bullshit. You see? Doth not their excellency which is in them go away? They die, even without wisdom. See, but they were never meant to die in the first place. They were supposed to be living in continuous wisdom. Call now if there be any that will answer thee, and go to which of the saints wilt thou turn? For wrath